Imagine two people with the same job, same experience, and roughly the same level of intelligence. They both receive the same assignment on Monday morning. One person starts researching manually, opens 20 browser tabs, takes notes, writes a first draft, creates a presentation, and finishes late in the evening. The other person uses AI to organize the research, summarize documents, create a rough structure, and point out missing information. This person still verifies everything and makes the final decision, but finishes hours earlier. Now, imagine this happening every week for the next 5 years. The small difference will not stay small. And that is what we need to talk about today. What actually happens if you decide not to learn or use AI? This is not about becoming an AI expert. You do not need to learn coding, build an AI model, or use every new AI app that launches. But completely ignoring AI could slowly affect how quickly you work, how easily you learn, the opportunities you receive, and even how safely you navigate the internet. And surprisingly, losing job opportunities may not even be the biggest risk. The first consequence is simple. You may spend more time doing work that someone else can complete much faster. Think about calculators. Nobody looks at an accountant using a calculator and says that the person is cheating. The accountant still needs to understand numbers, taxes, rules, and financial decisions, but the calculator simply removes the repetitive work. The same thing happened with spreadsheets. You could calculate everything manually, but refusing to use a spreadsheet would not make you more intelligent, it would mostly make you slower. AI is beginning to play a similar role here. A writer can use it to organize ideas. A teacher can create a first draft of lesson plan. A business owner can summarize customer feedback. A student can ask for a difficult topic to be explained in simple language. An employee can upload a long report and quickly identify the sections that need attention. The person is still responsible for the result. AI can be still wrong and it should never replace human judgment, but it can remove a lot of the repetitive work that happens before the real thinking begins. Let's say you need to create a presentation for work. Without AI, you may spend the first hour deciding what the presentation should include. Then you research the topic, organize the information, write each slide, and edit everything. With AI, you could upload your notes and ask it to suggest a structure. You may reject half of what it produces, but now you have something to react to. Instead of starting from zero, you're starting from 20 or 30%. Saving 1 hour once may not feel important, but saving 1 hour every working day adds up to hundreds of hours over several years. That time could be used to learn another skill, improve the final result, spend time with family, build a side business, or simply stop working late. For a very long time, people have been asking, will AI replace humans? But that may be the wrong question. A more useful question is, will a person using AI outperform a person who refuses to use it? Imagine two candidates applying for the same marketing job. Both understand marketing, both can write, both have creative ideas. But one candidate also knows how to use AI to study hundreds of customer reviews, identify repeated complaints, compare competitors, brainstorm campaign concepts, and test different versions of a message. The other candidate is not less talented, but the first candidate can explore more possibilities in the same amount of time. They may arrive at meetings more prepared, they may respond faster when plans change, they may be able to take on more complex projects. Over time, that difference can influence who gets hired, who receives more responsibility, and who becomes difficult to replace. This does not mean the person who generates the most content wins. Producing more bad work is not useful. The advantage comes from combining AI speed with human experience, taste, judgment, and common sense. AI does not automatically make your current skills useless. A designer still needs to understand composition, branding, and visual taste. A teacher still needs to subject knowledge and an understanding of their student. A marketer still needs strategy, a business owner still needs to understand customers. AI can help with parts of the process, but it does not automatically give someone expertise. In fact, the more AI becomes available, the more valuable human judgment may become. Anyone can ask AI to write an email, but can you recognize when the email sounds cold, inaccurate, or inappropriate? Anyone can generate 10 ideas, but can you identify which idea is actually worth pursuing? Anyone can ask AI a question, but can you notice when the answer is confidently wrong? A knowledgeable person using AI can become much more capable, but a person without knowledge may simply create mistakes faster. This is an important difference. Knowing how to use AI does not mean accepting the first answer it gives. Real AI literacy means knowing how to provide context, ask better questions, challenge the output, verify important details, and decide when AI should not be used. Even if you never intentionally open ChatGPT, AI is being added to tools that you already use. It can appear inside email, search engines, phones, office software, banking apps, shopping platforms, customer support systems, and educational tools. Eventually, saying, I don't use AI may become similar to saying, I don't use the internet. You may not visit an AI website, but you will still interact with systems powered by it. People who understand these systems can make informed choices. They can decide when to use a feature, when to turn it off, what information not to share, and when the results should be questioned. People who refuse to learn anything about AI may regularly need help from coworkers, family members, or technical support. We have already seen this with smartphones. People who learned gradually became comfortable with apps, passwords, maps, online payments, cloud storage, and digital tickets. But someone who avoided smartphones for years eventually had to learn all of it at once and often under pressure. AI may follow the same pattern. Learning it today is optional, but learning it later may become a requirement. Now, we come to the consequences that may be even more important than productivity or careers. If you do not understand AI, you may become easier to mislead. We are entering a world where fake images can look real, voices can be cloned, videos can be manipulated, and completely false information can be produced in seconds. Imagine receiving a phone call that sounds exactly like a family member asking for money. Imagine seeing a video of a public figure saying something shocking only to discover later that the entire clip was generated. Imagine reading a professional-looking article that contains completely invented facts. Understanding AI is not only about knowing how to create things. It is about developing the instinct to pause and ask, could this be generated? Where did this come from? Can I verify it somewhere else? This is especially important for children, parents, and older family members. We already teach people not to click suspicious links or share passwords. Recognizing AI-generated scams and misinformation may become another basic part of staying safe online. AI can also misunderstand your question, invent details, or give an uncertain answer with complete confidence. If someone believes AI is always correct, they can make bad decisions. A person who understands its limitations will treat it like an assistant and not like an authority. That is the balance we need. Do not fear AI, but do not trust it blindly either. The good news is that you do not need to master everything. Choose one reliable AI assistant and learn how to use it for a few practical tasks. Skill 1. Give clear context. Instead of saying, help me write this, explain what you're writing, who it is for, what tone you want, and what outcome you need. Better context usually creates a better answer. Skill 2. Use AI to understand information. Ask it to explain a difficult topic simple, summarize a document, compare options, or answer questions based on a file. This is one of the easiest and most valuable ways to begin. Skill 3. Use it for a first draft. Ask AI to organize your thoughts, create an outline, improve an email, or suggest different approaches. Then edit the result using your own judgment and voice. Skill 4. Verify important information. For medical, legal, financial, professional, or current information, check reliable sources. Never make an important decision based only on the AI response. Skill 5. Protect your privacy. Do not casually upload passwords, confidential company information, private client data, or sensitive personal records. Before sharing anything important, understand how the AI tool stores and processes your data. You do not need to use AI for everything, and you definitely do not need to follow every new feature. You just need to understand enough to use it when it helps and question it when it does not. So start with one task that you repeat every week and see whether AI can make it easier. I'm also thinking about creating a beginner-friendly online course that explains AI from the absolute basics, what it is, which tools to use, how to write better prompts, how to use it safely, and how to apply it in your everyday life and work. So let me know in the comments, would you be interested in a course like that? And what is the one AI topic that you would want me to explain inside it? Also, do share this video to someone who thinks AI has nothing to do with them, because very soon, understanding AI may not be considered an advanced skill. It may simply be a basic digital literacy. I'll catch you in the next one. This is Anjana. Bye-bye.